Hello, my name is Laurence, and I'm a holistic health and life coach. And what I do is really help women heal holistically, reconnect to their intuition, their feminine, and their body, and reclaim their personal power. So my journey started with holistic nutrition. And before that, it really started with this traumatic breakup and all of the physical symptoms. Everything that you could imagine: depression, OCD, anxiety, pretty sure ADHD, disordered eating, binge eating, orthorexia, leaky gut, bloating, parasites, candida, fatigue, IBS, hirsutism, PCOS, hair loss, cystic acne, missing cycles, PMS, Hashimoto's autoimmune. Was always tense, on alert. I felt broken. I felt like something was really wrong with me and my body. And I fit into the adrenal type of PCOS. I really dug into PCOS. This was what my coaching was really about at the beginning. And the thing is, I looked fine. I looked fit. And apart from my cystic acne all over my face, everything was normal. All of my blood results were normal. So this just led to even more shame and feeling of hopelessness and helplessness because no one really had any answers for me. And at one point, I was eating all the right foods. I was, nutritionist, and still I could not figure it out. And so I had a lot of shame for not trying hard enough or, getting rid of my acne. No one could give me any answer. And so I felt really stuck. And the thing is, this was very disempowering because ultimately we can heal, but a lot of the time we are completely disempowered and we are not told that our bodies can actually heal and that all of these symptoms are not normal. PMS is not normal. Fatigue all day is not normal. Feeling depressed all the time is not normal. And so just because somebody says that they don't know what's going on or everything's fine does not mean that that is true, because you are the expert of you. You know how you feel. And if something is telling you that this is not it, you want to listen to that. So I decided to listen to that nudge. I was like, this can't be it. Like, I am not meant to feel like this. I'm literally like 20 years old and I feel terrible. And I decided I wouldn't be defined by this. And the thing about healing is that it's not our fault that we are struggling, that we're sick, that we're whatever we're dealing with, but it is our responsibility to heal. And so this can be super empowering when we decide to take our power back. So I decided that I wouldn't be a victim anymore. I wouldn't wait for someone to come save me. And I was going to figure this out because I was the one that had to come save me. I am the authority of my life. I'm the expert of my life. And I'm the expert of my body as well. And I've always been someone who has felt like there was always more, that there was more than just normal and settling in every category of life. Like, I always had these visions and dreams, and I always knew that we are capable of so much more. I'm really allergic to settling. Like, I just can't just settle for meh or whatever I can get. Like, I will keep going to feel fulfilled and happy and healthy and vital. And so we are really not here to struggle and live in scarcity and fear. We are here to thrive. But in my life, all of these health struggles, even when I was overcoming them, I was still feeling burnt out, like something was missing. I was unfulfilled. I was lacking self-trust and self-confidence. And again, I was thinking, like, this can't be it. Like, this cannot be it. I could not work anymore to just get by, paycheck to paycheck, wait for the vacation to be able to travel and enjoy my life once a year, or wait for the weekend, show up to a job that I dreaded, counting down every hour, every minute, feeling a void internally, just dreading my day-to-day life. So again, I had this feeling like this is not it for you. And the law of cause and effect is a principle that I teach my clients to become empowered and take responsibility for themselves. And it's something that I continuously come back to and remind myself of, because this is powerful. This is a universal law. So, questions that you want to ask yourself is, how is my external reality a reflection of my internal reality? Because we are a mirror. How did I contribute to where I am? Because our past thoughts, beliefs, actions, behaviors have contributed to bringing us where we are. And so, this is something we want to celebrate because we are co creators of our lives. And even if we are not really creating something that we want in certain areas, it still is something to celebrate because we are co-creating that. So we can change that if we want. And so this is about becoming aware of our patterns, our cycles, our subconscious beliefs, and how we might be creating things in our lives that are not serving us anymore and that are not in alignment anymore. So, what part do you have to play? How can you be at cause for your life? To attract what you want, you must be at cause. So, this is shifting from the victim to the victor, to the hero of your life, because we don't have to stay in situations that we don't like. Of course, we can't control everything in our life, but we can control a lot and we can direct our life to where we want to go. And this is about taking our power back. And so this is where I started to not only dismantle my diet, my lifestyle, but also my thoughts, my beliefs, and realized I was really in my own way all along. So we must remember as well that our genetics play a small role in any disease or condition, and 90% of disease comes from our epigenetics. And this is where we can influence our health, our bodies, by our choices about what we think, how we feel, what we choose, etc., what we do. So, what I do and what I really started with myself is looking at the root cause approach because band aiding and quick fixing was not working and I didn't want to do it anymore. It was wasting so much time, money, and frustration and energy. And I realized that I was trying to find the solution to my life, my health, my body in everyone else. Like, what worked for her? What did Google say? What is the protocol that's going to be the solution? And the thing is, there's not one protocol. It's about what's going on with you, what's out of balance, what's out of alignment, what is your truth. All of these questions to get us to connect back to ourselves, because that is the missing piece here. And so we're looking at the whole person, not just what you're putting into your body, but also your thoughts and your emotional state and your lifestyle, what you're doing, etc. So it took me a while to understand this because nutrition, I thought, was the answer to everything. It was my obsession. But again, our diet and lifestyle, of course, impact our health and our lives, but also our thoughts and beliefs and values and identities and emotional state as well. They have a tremendous impact not only on our body, but also on every aspect of our life. This is really our core. Like, what is our internal environment? What are we radiating out into the world? What are we putting out into the universe? And so for a while, I was only working on the physical components like diet, exercise, supplements, until I realized that there was a much deeper healing work that needed to happen in order for me to actually move forward and start to see changes and really start to experience life differently. And so that led me to the subconscious mind, inner child healing, shadow work, somatic work, energy healing, breath work, all of these things. And which has led me today to really encompassing a truly holistic approach for my clients. And so I'm an empowerment and holistic coach and mentor for women who want more than just normal. They know they're meant for more. So I serve the woman who knows she's meant for more, who no longer wants to be held back by her past, her circumstances, her diagnosis. I help women heal holistically and reclaim their power to become their healthiest, happiest selves from the inside out and live their life on purpose, because that's what we are here for. Each one of us, no exceptions. So I do this through a holistic approach using mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual wellness, fusing all of those together. I use a combination of NLP, hypnosis, nutrition consulting, health coaching, life coaching, somatic work, breath work, energy healing, all of these modalities that I have included into my coaching and my programs to really provide a deeper transformation and really shift from the inside out so that it's not just about like, oh, yeah, tell me what to do and maybe get some results, but then go back to how you were being before. This is about shifting who you're being, and that will shift everything in your life because it can affect every part of your life: relationships, career, money, health, vitality, happiness, fulfillment, etc. So, if you are feeling like you're sick of the conventional model, telling you to restrict more, follow more rules, hustle harder, just do it. Maybe you're doing everything right, but it's not working. Like you're following the strategies, but you're feeling more burnt out, you're resenting your body, you're feeling disconnected, you're beating yourself up, you're living from like shame and guilt, you're more lost and confused than ever before. You know deep down that you're not meant to feel this way. And really, these things like forcing and pushing and hustling and, following quick fixes and rules and restrictions, it's really not a way to live. Like, it's really not something that's sustainable. And we're here to live our best lives. And there is a better way. I can tell you that. It shouldn't be this dang hard. You're here to feel lit up. You're here to feel juicy, vitalized in your body. You're here to be your best cheerleader and best friend. And you're here to live your best life. The old paradigm of the hustling and achieving to feel worthy, the shaming and blaming game, the ignoring your intuition and your truth to please others, or just live by pros and cons and the logical mind versus following your heart, it's crumbling. It's not holding up anymore. So we want to shift now. It's about no longer hating your body, feeling restricted and suffocated by rules, feeling stuck in or overcome by emotions like you're paralyzed or you're always reactive or you're always avoiding your emotions and it's affecting your relationships and how you show up and even your job, etc. Waiting to prioritize yourself and your life, just waiting. Then I will do something, then I will change. And it's always waiting for the future to arrive. But the thing is, we only have the now. So we're always just waiting. We're waiting to prioritize ourselves, our health, our life. We're feeling resentment because we're not filling up our cup. We're not looking at ourselves. We're ignoring ourselves. Waiting to live the life that you want to live, maybe in another lifetime, being realistic, being jealous of others that have what you want, and start instead moving towards it, stopping the repeating cycles of shame towards food, your body, yourself, turning to coping mechanisms like food to avoid, suppress, and numb your emotions, distract yourself from what your body's trying to tell you, operating from conditioning and forcing yourself into boxes that you just don't fit into, operating from shoulds, and start operating instead from your unique energy blueprint, basically your soul blueprint, and intuition and your body's wisdom for more flow and ease and from the feminine energy, not just always operating from the masculine. And stop stressing over food and turning to it for comfort and support and self soothing. Instead, learning how to soothe yourself, find safety within so you don't need to turn to these things or feel out of control around them. So instead, what can happen? Starting to feel happy in who you are, not needing external circumstances to feel happy, feeling good in your body, actually not feeling like your symptoms are holding you back from living your life and being who you want to be and draining all of your energy, becoming your own authority and trusting in yourself instead of people pleasing and making decisions based on shoulds, waiting for other people's validation or approval, because really you have your own unique decision making strategy and you have your own truth and your desires and your own path of least resistance. And this is unique to you. No one else can understand that. Feeling more love towards yourself, celebrating your body when you look in the mirror instead of constantly feeling shame and guilt and low vibrational emotions and all of these toxic thoughts, starting to unravel that and shed that because it's not you, it's not your wholeness and your heart that is speaking that. It's your mind from programming conditioning. Leading your life more from intuition, your human design, your energy blueprint, your inner self-trust. So this again is the path of least resistance, allows for more flow, ease, magnetism in your life, more joy, fulfillment. Feeling safe in putting yourself first and normalizing self-care. So allowing yourself to actually take that time for yourself, fill up your cup because you show up as a better human being. And not only can you serve others, but you are in your fullness. Creating space to hold more of what you want instead of sabotaging it or getting rid of it, etc. Aligning with what you want without needing to hustle and burn out to get there. Allowing more into your life without letting self-sabotage come in and patterns create more drama in your life, and repeating these cycles of scarcity and fear. So, this is possible for every one of us. My framework combines the mind, body, and soul, fusing the mental, emotional, and spiritual wellness. And for me, my journey started as a holistic nutritionist, but at some point I realized that if I truly wanted to heal, I had to go beyond food. And that's where everything changed for me. I got obsessed with the mind body connection, holistic healing, the subconscious mind, human design, energy healing, and I started applying it to my life. I healed symptoms and conditions no one had any answers for. And I started to see shifts happening around me, not just within myself, though, but also with my clients and my relationships. My clients started to have physical symptoms disappearing, random raises and promotions at work, increased self confidence, increased self love, bringing beautiful babies into the world, becoming more conscious and present in their relationships, no longer being triggered by what they used to be triggered by, instead of responding, instead of being reactive all the time, speaking up and standing in their truth. So, speaking their truth, asking for what they want, having the uncomfortable conversations that needed to happen in order to change their lives, enjoying food again, not feeling like they are controlled by it or they are constantly having this guilt shame cycle, prioritizing themselves, having more energy, having more, you know, more to give to others, more creativity, more vitality, feeling happier, more like themselves without necessarily changing anything externally. And yes, there are external things that we look at, but the big work here is the inner healing. And this is where we can literally feel differently and have different circumstances and experiences show up in our lives because of who we are being, the energy we are transmitting to the universe. And so for me, I don't want you to just feel healthier or become healthier. I want you to transform. Because when you shift internally, your external world has no choice but to shift with you. And you start to co create your world from wholeness, possibility, and desire instead of lack, scarcity, and fear. So, if your healing journey only involves a diet, exercise program, supplement, it's not holistic. What we do inside my one on one coaching and programs is so much deeper than just food or exercising or taking supplements. It's really about shifting. It's even more than just shifting your mindset, it's about who you are being. This is an internal and an external shift, setting a new standard for your life because it starts within you. So, if you're someone who feels like, it might be working for other people, they can have what they want, they reach their desires, they see changes, but there is a part of you that knows that you are meant for more, that you can have more. If you don't really know what you should be doing, there's too much information, you don't know where to start with your health, your body, changing your reality, getting outside of these cycles and patterns, shifting, making a change. Maybe you've studied a lot, read books, listened to podcasts, but you want to know how to actually change. You want the application for actual results that last. You want to embody and integrate this. Maybe your daily routines and habits are hit or miss. You want to be consistent, but you just can't seem to stick to anything for too long. You feel like your mind is your worst enemy. You're always doubting yourself, beating yourself up, second guessing yourself, and it's draining the life out of you. Maybe the vibes around you aren't what you want. Maybe you don't have the most supportive environment or positive people around you. Maybe they don't get your journey, and you want that accountability to stay the course and have that support in order to make the changes that need to happen. Maybe you get so caught up in your mind games and have trouble letting go and trusting and being in flow. and it's hard to receive anything back. You feel like you're constantly trying to control, and it's leaving you feeling burnt out and resentful. Maybe you're exhausted by trying to people please, and you've done this forever, trying to please everybody else, put everyone else first, and you're ready to prioritize your own health and your own happiness. If you're nodding your head right now, it's okay. You're not alone. You're in the right place. We all go through phases and moments like this. We all go through these things. And if you're here, it means you have awareness and you have the desire to change and you want more. And you know deep down, even if it feels like maybe it doesn't exist right now, you are meant for more. That you are not here to settle for normal or a myth are good enough. That you came here to live your desires and attract them and have them and be them, to feel good in your body, to step into the powerful woman that you came here to be. If this is you, I can help you move from stuck and stagnant, trying to learn more things, but nothing is really changing, to actually integrating and embodying change and stepping into this up level. Becoming aware of your blind spots that might be keeping you stuck, actually breaking old patterns and cycles and habits and identities that are no longer serving you, that are no longer in alignment, and you want to step into something new that is really the truth of who you are. So, inside my one-on-one program, The Rising Woman, we fuse physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual wellness, whole mind body expansion, evolution, and growth. This is for the woman who is ready to take responsibility for her health, her life, her happiness, her fulfillment, and no longer be a victim to her past, her diagnosis, her circumstances. This is for the woman who is ready to experience a shift internally and externally, for the woman who wants to actually do the real healing work and sustainable, and wants to really receive that change internally so that they can achieve sustainable long-term results and they can see a shift that happens in who they're being. For the person who's ready to set a new standard for her life and she's willing to show up for it. It's time to take your power back. So what can happen using my programs and processes? Well, for me, I've been able to heal my body and reverse my PCOS, symptoms that no one had any answers for, attract a conscious relationship after years of emotional abuse, attract and create the job and career that is aligned with my soul work, and more. And I've seen my clients who've shifted from depriving themselves, restricting toxic relationships with food, and themselves filled with self-doubt, sabotaging, binge eating, out of control around food, and then have attracted and cultivated raises at their jobs, more fulfilling careers, more conscious and loving relationships, conceiving and delivering beautiful babies, starting their own heart-centered business, using food as fuel and enjoyment, having peace around food, but also increase self-confidence, self-trust within themselves, love towards themselves, less stress, more resiliency, more energy, less fogginess and depression, having that lift, being happier, standing up for themselves, saying no, saying yes, not being triggered by the same things anymore, showing up differently in their lives, being more assertive, and really being in control, being the authority of their life. So, this is just some of the results that I've seen with my clients. And so I do have my one-on-one program that works very closely with you through all of these modalities for 3 months. I do also have self-paced programs, group programs. So if this is something that you are feeling a resonating towards, if you're feeling resonating towards it, if you're feeling a pull, if you're feeling like, yes, this is like a whole body yes, I would love to chat with you. You can apply whether you want to do one-on-one or you can enroll into my other programs. If you're not too sure, you can always send me a message. I'd love to chat more about how I can support you. And please use my platform, my podcast, my YouTube, my website as well. If you're wanting to dive deeper into this, learn more about this, and really start your journey of unraveling and shedding and growing and expanding into that version of yourself that you know is inside of you, and to really start that holistic healing journey, because I have so many resources. And if this is something that you want to dive deeper into and you really want to take seriously, then my programs are the next best step.